everyone, thank you so much for coming. I'm really honoured to have you all here. It's very exciting. I'm going to say a few words in a minute, but I just wanted to introduce you to Fionnuala Branson, who very kindly agreed to say a few words to me. You may all know her from Kilrudgery, but Fionnuala and I actually met through the art network in Bray, in the Mermaid, do this fabulous artist salon. We've been involved in some discussions together there, so it's been great that she's offered to say a few words for me.
Thank you. Thanks, Louise. Hi, everyone. So what an honour it is to be asked. Thank you. And I did write some notes because I didn't want to entirely gabble. I went to NCD, so I learned how to do lots of talking like this, but it's important to try and say something structured. It's a great honour to be asked to open someone's body of work like this. And I was surprised to be asked, and I like to sort of consider, I tend to like to respond to such trust with appreciation and gratitude. And upon seeing Louise's body of work, I was absolutely sure I wanted to be here because I'm an admirer of this work. I think it's really an incredible body of work. So thank you for having me along. So I'm here to open all that's left of you and me, and I think it's a tremendous achievement, and it's my honour to be here. And thanks to the Signal art people for having me here, with this incredible community resource that's been in Bray as long as I've been here. I wonder how old it is. I don't know. Signal Arts Centre. And I'm always amazed at the standard, increasingly, of exhibitions that arrive advertised in the post. So congratulations to you guys as well for having this brilliant body of work and all you do. So I guess there's a mix of people from Signal and also friends of Louise. So together, I guess it's great to be here to celebrate this work. And so I had a private viewing of Louise's work in her gallery, Louise Cherry's gallery and studio, and you can too. And if you call in advance, in case you just popped out for an errand or to deliver a painting, that's what I read. Louise also directs her own art studio school. I believe there's some students here today, and you must be very proud of her. And in previous incarnation, Louise, the artist, exhibited nationally and internationally in solo and group shows through both conceptual photography, film, sculpture, performance, and writing. And Louise was a lecturer in photography in Dún Laoghaire Institute of Art and Design Technology, and with the Dublin City BEC for a number of years before leaving to focus on her art practice. And what you see here is the outcome of her recent investigation in paintings. So for me, it's curious that the title points to the process of following a conscious desire to carry on or complete a process of creating work Louise had with her father. All that's left of you and me. Through this process, for her father slowly retreated. I think this is The Slow Death of the Artist, is probably the signature piece of the
closest one
yeah,
to him,
related to him. I find this really kind of beautiful, the way the father's retreating, and I think you said that it was his figurative work that you were exploring and maybe wasn't quite finished when you started to develop this body of work. And that he sort of slowly retreated and something else came forward that you wanted to talk about. And I see these two amazing characters at the front, which I think is probably where the characters that have repeated themselves around, or a version of them all through the piece. This male and masculine character. So I find this exhibition is quite masculine in some ways. It's analytical and critical of the digital age, and feminine, growthful, floral, and life-giving. While one artist fades, maybe even the creative force that was Louise entwined with her father fades. Another grows, which I just find such a natural, beautiful process. And I think the natural world is so evocative in this, evoked in this body of paintings. Louise has been gardening, in a way, a world of beauty and care and dialogue and connection. She's preoccupied, I think, now with her living family's experience in life and their opportunities and challenges. And you can see, and I think also, you know, she's seeing that the challenges her family and her children are coming up against is also reflected in the wider world. And I've noticed that she's highlighting the need for us all to have our eyes wide open in response to, or in this new digital age, where we face a new potential for disconnection with each other and with the natural world. And I think Louise, in a way, is forging growth and connection in a very beautiful way here with these paintings. And I love, you know, I promise the sky will not fall in, is not falling in, or will not fall on your head. I promise.
Falling down.
I promise the sky will not fall down. With this, you know, this struggle with the digital world and maybe mental health and you know, for children being put into the digital world, our offspring and you know, the new generation that's coming up, that this is the challenge we're all facing. And then there's this beautiful sort of giving of life all around it and growth in amongst it. And you know, I really kind of find that painting so strong and fragile in the same time, and it's so generous to offer that kind of representation and to see you creating that kind of growth that is what can connect us with, you know, everything around us and allow us to go through this digital age in a kind of really healthy way. So for me, these strokes are created for the viewer as a warning potentially against social isolation and disconnection that can affect us all in navigating this digital age. And if we don't have conscious care, and I think each of these pieces are so conscious, a warning to us all about what can happen. You know, Louise is chipping into all sorts of mythology and all sorts of theories to tell this story, in an aim to put it forward to us all. So connection, really important. So I love Louise's bold and skillful and use of oils today, and I highly recommend this work. And I do expect to see Louise rise through the Irish art scene as a painter and a social commenter, maybe as well.
Oh wow!
As she did in the photography before that. Yeah. And I should mention the frames. I think they're kind of amazing. Really beautiful.
Yeah. I didn't make the frames.
Didn't make the frames.
I have an amazing framework I can recommend.
Yeah, can I know later?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Really beautifully presented here in the Signal Arts Centre, and I'll not try and explain my reaction to them anymore, but I do find them incredibly beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And maybe we could pronounce the exhibition open.
Very much, Fionnuala. I'm just going to add a few little words, and the first thing I'm going to do is respond to Fionnuala saying that I'm a gardener, and I could see my husband at the back laughing because anyone saw my garden. It's a bone of contention that I don't garden. And recently I said, I just don't have the brain space to garden because I'm painting. So maybe I am painting in my garden. So just to add to that, I mean, obviously I don't want to describe what the work is about. I like people to make their own interpretation of it. But what I thought, Fionnuala suggested I said a few words, so I was thinking, what will I say? And I decided to talk a little bit about process, very small amount, I won't keep you long, but I like to compare it to this analogy of a giant jigsaw puzzle, you know, a 2,000 word jigsaw puzzle. The advantage of the jigsaw puzzle is you know what the final image is going to look like, and you're given all the little pieces to piece together. When you're an artist, you have no idea what the final piece is going to look like as an exhibition or as an individual piece, and you don't even get given the little snippets. So you have to listen to these little ideas. I know there's artists here who are nodding and smiling. You need to listen to these little snippets in your brain, and then those are where you start. And then you start piecing together those little pieces and you get stuck. And you move on to another bit and you get stuck. And you move on to another bit and you get stuck. And then hopefully one day you'll just have that aha moment and it'll all start making sense, and then you can start breathing again and it starts to create for you. So that's how I would describe process. I don't know if any of you can relate to that. So what I was going to do just to finish off was read you a poem that I have written. I wrote it a few years ago, so it's not particularly about this work, but it's about my practice and a little bit about my life, I suppose. My working life, I should say. So it's called My Best Work. I'm in the process of creating my best work. At least I think I am. At least I think I am. I spent all day, every day, thinking, eating, feeding, nurturing a concept that I cannot see the end. It is so totally all-consuming, the rest of my life suffers. At night I sneak to look and stroke while it sleeps, blowing off the dust of the day, with promises of a better tomorrow. With my friends I compare and show my achievements knowing that I won't listen to what they have to say. In my eyes it's perfect. I spent an hour with it today, turning, polishing, drafting, colouring, touching and smelling, drowning in its beauty. And the other day I took it out. I drove in a car, a road I know well, when suddenly it all looked very strange, unfamiliar and new. My work laughed at me from the back seat, mocking my attempts to keep everything in line, but it all fell apart. I tried to laugh too, but I couldn't, and I cried instead. But my work laughed more, but still I know it's my best. I'm not sure at which point I allowed my work to control me, when the tables turned, but one day, out of the blue, my work visited me, uninvited and unexpected. It caught me deep in discussion with my ego. And while the dummy was sitting on my knee, telling me what to do as usual, my work burst through the door. At once they became friends and began to plot against me, discussing me as if I was not there and making decisions without consulting me. My work so eager to please, and my ego so strong, encouraging my work to rebel. And my work took the advice very seriously. So now when the dummy begins to sing, it sings so loudly that I cannot hear myself think. Its singing, so confident and strong, resonates around the room, taking the furniture with it in its march. Sleep halts the battle for short periods, but the dummy always presides over me, making sure I know it is in control and that I belong to it and not it to me. And now that they are friends, my ego and my work watches on, carefully taking notes, preparing itself for the next win, threatening to jump on me if I miss a beat, and threatening to trash me if I take a wrong turn. And so I ask, is everyone's work as strong as mine? Are they too making their best work? And where does this leave us in the end? I longingly desire to know how the end will look. But ego strives on, its stamina stronger than mine. And with ego and my work conspiring together, I cannot finish the work. But again I say, I know it is my best.